Gloria Evangelina Anselmo was an academician, Chicana activist, feminist, writer, and poet who belonged to the LGBTQ community. She was born on September 25th in 1942 in Santa Cruz, California. Her family moved to Harley, Texas, and at the age of 14, his father died. Ansalva achieved a college education despite the racism consensus. She worked for 14 years as a school teacher and completed her doctoral studies in comparative literature at the University of Austin. She is most famously co-author of this branch called My Back, written by a radical woman of color.
17th, the Chicano civil rights movement emerged, proud of these Mexican origins. Immigrated to the north, born in the United States. With the formation, there was not only interest in vindicating the conquest of social justice and equality, but also in raising awareness in their community rent these racism and discrimination. In short, because of their triple exclusions, gender, race, and class, they were disadvantaged not only within their own culture but also in the United States society. And without further ado, this first generation was challenged to the pathway margin of poverty, racist segregation, and sexism all at the same time. After a lot of water under the bridge, the Chicanos discovered that both white denominated feminism, which emphasizes gender as sole source of their own oppression, and developed homophobic matches of their male pair while leaving them on the cold, so they decide to cut to the chains. I think the style contains the disdain and discomfort that women of color suffer in general. Whether their complexion was a little more ashes than the others on the class difference stifled their voices and made them less vulnerable. Her style has a lot of Mexican influence due to the original and also a lot literary influences that she used in a road to stop oppression. Three of the main points where the white men need to do not let the militaries rise up. They keep his status intact and not to let the pen go free in the backyard. Not to let the left and hat nominate. The lines are rescued from those arguments reveal the truth of the poetics that lies in every human behind, and more so when challenging a woman whose ideals have been eroded. A strong woman who knows her places and that her ambition is more fruitful than her submission. Don't save us from the attacks for others, really compensates for what they take from us, because it confronts her demons and traps the painful that will rumble in the white man's face. Unfortunately, we have lost many languages that belong to our country. Many of the indigenous women who continue to persevere in their traditions do not have a voice or vote, nor can they take comfortable in the foundation of their past. For there is nothing left. We have been privileged with the passage of time, but those privileges don't make up for the fact that we live as a real struggles that are not heard. This text is very similar to the poem of Maya Angelus. Because of the context they acclaim and the strong need to denounce the world is darkness of the inferior gender. It is a double-edged portrait that assimilates and does not let instead be overlooked. I feel thank you with the artist of this letter because he made me understand the need to seek my comfort without having to follow the ideas of others. That reading will always be that which give me a voice for myself and for others, and that I against the demons that surround me across and does not fail.